Hello beautiful people, it is Amanda here from Mystical Dragon, and today I wanted to share with you another of our 2023 diaries for next year. This one is the Witch's Diary, specifically for the Southern Hemisphere, because we are based in the Southern Hemisphere. This one is by Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Meiklejohn free. It is one we have stocked previously and is a really lovely one, so I wanted to do a flick through for you so we can have a good look at what it looks like on the inside, which I know always helps in making decision about what is the right diary for me or for you for the year ahead. So this one, the size is really quite a good size. It's about an A5 size here. You can see maybe up against my hand. So it is a good size. It has a hardcover, and this one is black and white all the way through, but is very pretty as well. It's got lots of lovely imagery and lots of witchy tips and ideas all the way through it. So in the beginning, we've got a bit of information about the pioneers of the craft. Bit of an introduction there. Hail and welcome. And before we get into it, we do have some information on things like the moon phases and what kind of energy that holds, lunar and solar eclipses, and when to expect them for both next year and the year after. Some key words and thoughts about the full moons for across the year. We do dive into the wheel of the year, but just briefly mentioning the date, and a couple of sentences in relation to each one. There's some information on planting and harvesting days, looking at the new moon, waxing moon, first quarter, full moon, waning moon, and last quarter, what sort of things to be doing or planting. There's plant rulers and signs. Planet rulers and signs. The goddess and moon phases, so just some info there. Weekdays, so breaking down of the 7 weekdays, a divinity that's connected and some key energies for each. Magical moon times to cast spells. Magical meanings of colours, so a few key words. Magical directions and elements. Trees of power. And then it gets into the breakdown of the actual diary in the months and weeks. So we start from December the 26th, and each week is a week to one page. As you can see there, it's broken down the one page, and then on the other page they tend to share suggested spells and witchy tips all the way through the book. It does mark when we've got things like the first quarter and stuff like that through your diary. And it even has extra little dates like here, the trial of the Basque witches began in January 1609 in Spain. So it's got a few extra interesting dates that are particularly focused on the witch's path. Some great little ideas and spells dotted throughout. And a bit more explanation on each of the Sabbats as you actually get to them throughout the year as well. So at the front we only had more like a sentence or two, but through the actual diary it kind of delves a bit further into what it is all about. And then of course things like little incantations and spells that are suggested. Really has quite a witchy flair, packed with ideas, good size to fit in most bags or handbags if you wanted to carry it with you everywhere you go. me personally, I can't say I'm wrapped with all of the imagery. Some of it for me is a little bit dark, but I know there's lots of witches out there that are a little bit more gothic styled witches that would just love that type of imagery. But it really is jam-packed with lots of information, lots of tips and ideas which would help to keep you inspired across the whole of the year. So that's a really good look at the Witch's Diary for the Southern Hemisphere. Do remember that Mystical Dragon has both an in-store shop in Seaford, Victoria, Australia. We also have an online store, our e-store, available through our website, mysticaldragon.com. So you're welcome. We do stock this diary and a few others which we're doing flip-throughs for. So definitely remember you can purchase through us for your diaries and for lots of your other witchy kind of needs and spiritual needs as well. Looking forward to catching you guys again in the next video. Sending out lots of blessings.